Hi, this is Liz from musicforlatterdaylife.org. This tutorial is to help you learn how to use the music player on churchofjesuschrist.org/music. The music player is a really helpful tool for learning and singing the hymns and primary songs, especially if you don't have a piano or pianist in your home. But it has some great features even if you do. In this video, I'll show you how to find and use the music player and explain why you might use each feature. Just as a disclaimer, I do not work for the church. This is just me sharing my knowledge as a user like you. First, we're going to start on the musicforlatterdaylife.org homepage. From here you can go to Resources, Church-Produced Music Resources, and then the music player. This tells you a little bit about it and about how to use it and get there. So you could click here and then on Music Player when you get to the church's music website. But I'm also going to show you how to get there straight from churchofjesuschrist.org so that you know how to get there if you're not already on my website. So here we are on churchofjesuschrist.org. We're going to go to Inspiration and News, then Music. You can scroll down and click on the music player here, or you can just type in the song that you want. So I'm going to type in For the Beauty of the Earth. Okay, that takes me to this search results page. And I'm going to click on this very top one here. Now, here we are on the music player page. That's what it automatically takes you to when you click on a song in that search bar, in that search results page. So there's actually two different players here. You only see one at a time. This first default one is a PDF and audio player. And if you come down here and click on this blue Switch Player button, it takes you to the interactive flash player. Okay, so I'm going to go back, switch again, and show you how this default player works. So in this default player we have an audio bar here at the top, which is just a traditional audio bar. Play, pause, forward, back, volume controls and such. Then below you have just a PDF viewer of the hymn or song in question. And you can get other options here, print, download, you can zoom in and out, things like that. Okay. Also, further down on the page, below the player, is the lyrics, which is really nice if you are wanting to copy and paste the lyrics into a lesson or a talk or to make a poster to hang up in your home or something with some inspirational lyrics. Then over here on the sidebar, which if you're in a smaller screen like a tablet or a phone will probably be down below the lyrics, we have options to download the hymn or song in various audio and print formats, share, and then we have kind of information about the hymn here, some of which is included at the bottom like in the hymn book. Some of it is things that are more like in the indexes, like the meter and the topics and things like that. Also, this is a good where you find the hymn number, which is not always obvious because they don't, especially in the children's songbook, that's not necessarily obvious on the page of the song like it is here on the hymn. Okay, so that's really all there is to this PDF and audio viewer format. It's pretty basic. So now we're going to switch over to the interactive flash player. Now, as the title suggests, the interactive flash player requires Adobe Flash to function. So it's actually not available on all devices or in all browsers. You'll have the best luck on a computer instead of a mobile device. Additionally, you'll have to make sure that Adobe Flash Player is installed and up to date. Even if it is, your browser may require you to click a link or a button to allow Flash Player to run each time you use it. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong, that's just how some browsers work. So let's see what some of the differences are here and what the functions of this interactive Flash music player are. You'll notice we don't have a separate audio bar up here anymore. Now we have this kind of integrated audio bar with a bunch of new features and stuff. So you have your typical play and stop buttons. That play button will turn into a pause button once you are going. And if you press that pause button and then press the play button again, it'll start from where you left off, just like a pause button normally would. If you press stop though, then you press play again, it resets to the beginning. Okay, here is the main volume slider, and the auto scroll is for it to automatically go to the next line without you having to manually scroll down. So you can just kind of leave it set here and it'll bring up the next line as it comes. Okay, one of my very favorite features here is the key selection. This is especially helpful if the song is too low or too high for you to sing, or if you want to play it on a transposing instrument like a clarinet, for example. If you're not sure what key to use, you can just play around a little bit and find one that works for you. Or if you need it to be correct for your instrument, you might need to ask someone who teaches your instrument or someone who is like a band teacher or something if you don't know for yourself. Then this key reset button will just reset it to what the original key was in case you forgot and need it to be in the original key again. Over here we have a tempo setting that lets you select how fast or slow it plays in beats per minute, just like a metronome. So we can have it go faster or slower with these arrows, or you can just type straight into the box. So this is especially useful if you are wanting to, if you're like learning a song for the first time. Sometimes it's really helpful to slow it down and be able to practice it that way. Okay. And then over here we have the print button, which as it stands right now basically prints exactly the same thing as would be printed in that PDF viewer page. However, if you were to change the key, for example, to the key of F, see all of our notes go down, then we can print it in that key so that we can then take that to a rehearsal or to church to perform in that new key, if that's going to be a better key for us. Okay, then over here, down below that main bar, we have two little tabs. First one is Parts. Parts allows you to change the volume of each part individually. This is especially helpful if you're trying to learn a new song or a new part. You might turn the volume all the way down on parts, all the parts except for the one that you're learning. For example, if I'm trying to learn the alto part, maybe I turn down all of the ones except for the alto. Then I can just hear what the alto part sounds like. Okay, then I practice that a few times maybe, and then I'm starting to get confident, so maybe I turn up the volume just a little bit so that I can kind of hear the other parts in the background, but I still have my part the loudest. And then when I'm feeling pretty good about it and I kind of want to test myself, then I can turn them all the way back up. Okay. Now this audio tab gives you options for which audio you're hearing play. This music only is the live recording of just the accompaniment with no singing at all. You lose all of the options that I just talked about because, again, this is just the recording. It's the same recording you hear when you are, if you have like the CDs of the hymns or the children's songs, the accompaniment ones. And if you click on the words and music, it's the same thing but with the singing along with it. So again, we can't change anything, and I don't know if you noticed, but it put it back into the key of G when we did that. And that recording is this exact same one as we had on the other page on that audio and PDF viewer. Now, the music with parts is the option that the interactive player is really meant to function on, and the default selection. This is the mode that allows you to change all the options explained before. It also highlights the music and words as the audio plays, which is really nice. However, in order to allow for all these options, the audio is a computer-produced piano instead of a live recording, so it doesn't catch all the nuances, especially things like fermatas and tempo changes and stuff. One last tool to know about is that in the music with parts mode, you can click directly on a note or word in the music and it will automatically start playing from that point. This is really helpful if you're learning a new song or part and there's a measure or two that you need to work on more than the rest. Rather than having to listen to the whole thing, you can just jump straight to the notes you need to work on and even review it multiple times, kind of like if you had a pianist there with you. Stop it and go right back to that part. Okay. So there's lots of really useful tools here for you to use to learn new songs, or even just to play it for your family when you are singing at home or studying, or whatever it is you want to do with all these wonderful hymns and children's songs. I hope this tutorial helps you to be able to use this awesome tool to learn new songs and enhance your worship at home. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I will try to answer them.